back to the more recent state of play, where if I could go ahead and pull up every single game that was shipped out, oh, look at this. The state of multi-platform is what it is. Because every game shown, practically all of them except for one or two, is on PC, a different platform.
So what does it have to do with Xbox, though? See, this is what I don't understand. Right now, you keep going back to PC. I don't understand how any of this helps out the Xbox console. You need to tie this in.
Now, why do you care as a PlayStation fanboy if the Xbox console's doing good or not, man? And the funny thing is, the majority of these games will be dropping on Xbox. So I don't see as to why you people still keep holding on to the concept of exclusivity when Alex is only trying to explain to you that why does this even matter in the first place? Does that completely disvalue the PlayStation 5? If you're going to play these games, you're going to pick them up on the device that they're available. The end. It really ain't that. It's really not any more serious than what you people are trying to make it be.
How does this information help? Like, let's say if I was an Xbox fan right now. All right, I'm an Xbox gamer.
You see how you say, oh, if I was an Xbox fan. So if you're not an Xbox fan, then how come you don't talk about the direction of what's going on with PlayStation? That sounds very counterintuitive that you will talk more about a platform that you don't even play on than the platform that you do.
Pretend I'm an Xbox gamer. The only console I have...
No, we're not going to pretend that you're an Xbox gamer because we know you're not. It is what it is. Why do you feel the need to talk about another platform that you don't even game on? You can sit there and use that same angle with him, but the same logic can also apply to you, Puerto Rock, because guess what? I got a PS5, I could talk about it. I got an Xbox, I could talk about it. So why are you talking about it?
The Series X. How does any of this help me right now? I need you to tie it in. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is...
We know it doesn't help you because that's why Sony ain't dropping any first-party games for you, but instead you can look forward to playing Xbox games, taking over your whole storefront. Bro, what benefit are you guys thinking? Oh, we got PS5, we stole one of your games. What do you mean by stole? The game is still available on Xbox. How do you steal something and yet the game is still is where it's at? If you steal something from somebody, normally the person that has the product don't have it no more. I don't get
this. Talking about Xbox.
This guy's unhinged.
Why are you bringing up Steam? Like, I don't understand.
Why are you bringing up Xbox and Steam if you play on Sony?
Again, you're being disingenuous. The
no,
conversation
you are.
Is about how the decisions Microsoft is doing is...
Why would you care about the decisions of what Microsoft's doing if everything is fine with the $75 million on PlayStation? Why would that even be a concern of you? Why would you care about a platform you don't game on, man? Like, you gotta ask yourself, man, and if you're one of these Xbox dudes that fall victim to this, then you're just as bad as these pony bots out here. Because to be honest with you, ain't none of y'all ruining my enjoyment with Avowed. Ain't none of y'all doing it. So say whatever you will, and I'm still gonna be playing my games, dude.
Potentially impact, and not even potentially, it will impact their one piece of hardware. How do you expect to sell?
Now, why do you care what happens to the Xbox hardware if you don't play on it? It's so funny that he's like, oh, why are PC gamers talking about something? I mean, hey, at least most of these PC gamers are benefiting from these PlayStation and Xbox games going to their platform. But where are you benefiting from? Nobody wants to have that argument. You want to sit there and say, where's Xbox benefiting from? But what are you Sony gamers benefiting from Sony putting their games on PC either? Exactly. Y'all don't want to have these arguments because you know why? Because it go against your own fanboy narratives.
Xbox hardware with no exclusives. Tell me, what console of the last 9 generations of gaming sold well with 0 exclusives?
PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. What are you talking about? A lot of platforms sold well without exclusives. Matter of fact, some of the best exclusive consoles out there that had great games all failed. What are you talking about? The PS1 and 2 did mostly good due to second and third party at the time. People fell in love with Final Fantasy not because it was exclusive. They fell in love with it because they enjoyed the game. What do you people don't understand? This had nothing to do with the fact that it was exclusive to the PlayStation 1. I mean, I guess to a certain degree because that was the only place where you could play it. But the game was going to be successful regardless. The only reason as to why a lot of these third-party games was exclusive on the PS1 and 2 had mostly to do with the fact that Sega and Nintendo made all different types of hardware and the PS1 was more accessible to make games for. That's it. PS2... it was a little bit harder to develop for, but since they had the install base of carrying the PlayStation 1 audience, no different than the PS4 and 5, they said, okay, we're going to over-prioritize this platform over the competition. It makes sense, bro. You get what I mean? But now you don't have to do that. You could still put games even on a console that don't have that many prints, just because if it makes money, it makes sense.
That's why the writing's on the wall, and bringing up Steam doesn't change that. Now, sure, you can say, well, I don't need a PlayStation because I got Steam. Well, Sony, in their opinion, says, hey, PC is not a competitor. They don't see it as
Microsoft never claimed PC or even PlayStation. If anything, they said there's no competition going on. Microsoft has never made a statement and said, oh, we're competing with one another. So, okay, so hold on. Let me get this straight. So you're saying that it's fine for games to go to PC because Sony don't look at PC as a competitor? That sounds like something a fanboy would say.
Right. So guess what? Most PlayStation gamers ain't gonna go over to Steam.
Just like most Xbox gamers ain't gonna go to PlayStation or PC if they can still continue to play their games on the console. What are we doing here, bro? See this. See, do you see how I could take his logic and flip it on him? And you're like, yo, that don't even make sense, bro. Like, what are you doing here, man? Like, I'm starting to fail to understand why these ponies even exist in the same fashion that they do, especially after Sony's putting their games on PC.
You know what I'm saying? Now, in my opinion, I kind of disagree, but I disagree for different reasons, but that's a whole different other video. But at this point, you keep bringing up Steam for an Xbox console problem.
You keep bringing up Xbox for a PlayStation problem. About why you got a lack of games and how, we're benefiting playing these Xbox games at a later date. That is a PlayStation problem, but yet for some reason you guys point the finger at Microsoft and act like there's an issue as to why they're putting games on their platform. You do understand that if Microsoft didn't do that, y'all would literally have nothing this year.
Like how is any of your information or what you're doing is useful? Like none of this is useful. Like if I was an Xbox Series console gamer, and let's say I played, let's say if I was a hardcore Xbox dude, I enjoyed Xbox, the OG, the 360, the Xbox One, I got the Series X. How is any of this helping me in being comfortable knowing what?
And how is you bashing Starfield, Avowed, games that are still not on PlayStation helping you? Halo, Gears, these games that you keep bringing up that y'all think that are going to get PlayStation 5 releases, and some of them will. I'm not arguing that, because like I said, there's something I've always learned. Never say never. And I'm telling you, Sony and Microsoft are multi-platform. You guys can sit there and argue about which one's full, which one's not, but at the end of the day, they're multi-platform. Keep arguing it. Like, it's so bad that even PlayStation gamers are arguing with themselves as to why they still think their company's making exclusives, which is even more laughable considering that you can play the game elsewhere. That is not an exclusive. An exclusive is a game that you can only play on one platform. If I can play the game on another platform, it's no longer an exclusive. I don't care what system it's on. It doesn't matter. But yet, for some reason, PlayStation fanboys will argue that and act like, our games are still exclusive because they're still not on Xbox. Well, there's a few games that are on Xbox that ain't on PlayStation 5, at least as of currently, and y'all still sit there and say they're not exclusive. So I don't understand this argument, but go ahead.
Microsoft could potentially do, which is no longer sell Xbox consoles.
Now, why are you worried about that? Why do you worry about if Microsoft could sell Xbox consoles? You should be more worried or concerned about the people not buying your own exclusive games that you keep touting.
I don't get this.
I can buy the game on which I do not need a PlayStation 5 for, even a PlayStation 4 for. I don't need a PlayStation, my boy.
But J-Boy's not talking to you. So I don't know why you're in the conversation. You catch your strays for no reason, I don't know. It's crazy because you're like, we're doing honest critiques. We're doing actual facts.
There's nothing that you're doing is honest. Then if you're being honest, then you sit there and say that PlayStation's multi-platform. Stop with the full third party. Stop with the garbage. Just say it for what it is. If you was being honest with your community, you would sit there and say that PlayStation is multi-platform, no different than Xbox, that also have their own console. You would sit there and say that, okay? We know you're not. You still think that these games are exclusive, which I find funny because we're gonna get to that point in the video to where you talked about Crap Gamer Reviews as to why this is how everything started. But the same thing is funny because the same thing is also happening to you.
It's on Xbox, and yes, they're hurting. They're going to be a publisher, and you're upset. I don't get it.
And Sony's also publishing games like The Lost Soul of Side, and guess what? That is dropping on PC day and date.
You know, right now, Alex, you got some serious pick-me energy here. Everybody's like, yo, Xbox is fucking up. Look at me, guys. Look at me. Steam. All right, cool. But damn, what's going to happen with Xbox hardware? Oh, why are you talking about hardware? Oh, my God, PC's up. Like, all right, bro. But, like,
why are you talking about Xbox hardware if you don't even got one?
The console market's about to get, lose another brand, and we're going to be down to 2. So that's a pretty
What do you mean? Nintendo was the first to leave out of the big 3 with the Wii U.
Deal for console gaming. That's like a big deal, you know. There was a time when you had multiple consoles. I remember you had TurboGrafx 16 and stuff, Neo Geo, Sega, Nintendo. You had a lot of people, and then it just started dwindling down to the last 3. And we thought the last 3 would remain that way for a long time, but now it's going to be the last 2. And when you look at the 2, they're like completely worlds apart. Switch and
No, you say that because you can't cap for it. The Nintendo Switch is beating the PlayStation 5. It's so good that it's beating the PS4 and the 5 altogether. You guys don't want to add Nintendo to the equation because Nintendo is at numero uno in console sales, subscriptions, and it's also numero uno in people buying that system for their own software. That's why y'all don't add Nintendo to the argument. That's why you want to sit there and pick on little old Xbox because you ain't got nothing else. You got an inferiority complex. That's all you ponies have. Y'all not sitting here playing games. Y'all do more talk about Xbox than playing games even on your own platform.
PlayStation is like worlds apart from each other. So it's like, wow.
What do you mean? How are they worlds apart considering that they both make video gaming? You acting like Nintendo's making movies. Oh, I forgot that's Sony. I'm sorry.
This is a big shift in console gaming.
Maybe you're right.
And you're here jumping up with pick-me energy saying, please look at me in Steam. Look at me in Steam, bro. We don't care about y'all food or shit. Like, what fuck is we talking about here?
And nobody cares about what you're talking about either, bro. People just out here playing games, consuming games the way they want. Nobody cares about your energy either, bro.
You don't need a PlayStation anymore, my boy. PlayStation is now a multi-platform publisher. And if you don't believe me, Stellar Blade is being published by PlayStation on Steam. Well, isn't that something? Man. And now we have another Icon Era post. I really hope this is not going to be very with the way Icon Era operates. Who really knows?
You see how Puerto didn't even decide to address that? He's going to act like he didn't hear what Alex said and completely move on to something else. That's all ponies do. Just like Final Fantasy coming to Xbox, but they don't want to talk about that, guys. They don't want to talk about that news. They only want to focus on Xbox. But when Sony does it and puts their games on Xbox or whatever have you, they don't want to talk about it. They find some excuse. Oh, MLB is the license or something else forced them to do it. Yeah, right, bro. Cut the cap.
Here's the actual thread on Twitter saying,
cut the cap.
Xbox almost perfectly mirrored Sega's art in the console space. Here's what I don't want to have happen when I click this link to this horrifically terrible website. What I don't want to have happen...
Even if it is a false comparison, let's say it's a complete false comparison, who gives a shit? It's plastic in a company while y'all out here lying on people.
You're lying on people. What are you talking about, bro? That's all you do in your community is lie to people. And you want to sit there and talk about, y'all said I've been in parties with these dudes. These guys said, and I've told them that PlayStation will be putting games on PC, and they sat there and laughed at me. And now I'm sitting there laughing at them. That's why I already know the game. Y'all don't think I've been in party chats with this dude, bro. This dude is a complete loser, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. He argues sales and metrics. He don't argue games. He don't play games. He don't argue games. All he does is argue mathematics. What real gamer cares about this?
So I don't see how you're going to judge him talking shit about companies and, video games. But yeah, you make content lying about people.
And you do the same thing.
I don't know. Shit is weird.
Well, and in the future of the brand. Really interesting how he's just ignoring the fact that PlayStation is doing the same thing. I mean, you have the mascot, Crash Bandicoot, the debut of the PS1, the Peak, which is the PS2, started with the Plunge, which is the PS3, the Deathblow, which is now going to be the PS5, and then the future of the brand seeing
Wait, the Deathblow is the PS5 is the Deathblow? So you're telling me the Dreamcast and the PS5 is the same thing?
No, definitely not, because the Dreamcast was a far better console. That's where Alex is wrong. I would not compare the PS5 to the amazing Dreamcast. That had way more games than the PS5 in 1 year and 8 months than the PS5 has ever gave to me in 5 years. Alex, that was a bad take.
Alex,
just joking.
There's no way you can ever complain about, gee, why did they go on the Xbox? Bro, PS5 is the Deathblow, like the Dreamcast and the Series X. Alex, the reason why they're considering you an Xbox because you say stupid shit like an Xbox.
Bro, and you say stupid stuff all day. Why do you think I have countless videos? It's so funny. He never addresses me in that energy. You could sense the fear. When he has to bring me up in a video, you can sense the fear every time this dude talks because he knows you can't win an argument with a neutral gamer. Okay, what are you going to say? I got more platinums than you. I got more games than you. What are you going to say about me, bro? The fact that I have an issue with how you go about this community is even more further proof that there's something that you're doing wrong, dude. You sit there, you want to talk about Xbox, but when is the last time you talked about PlayStation? You don't. You don't talk about the direction of PlayStation. But yet you act like talking about Xbox helps benefit you in some way. Oh, we're getting some of your games. Okay, fine. It is what it is, but you're still paying for them.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Well, I hope so.
Like, and the crazy part is you keep saying, I don't have an Xbox. I don't play an Xbox. Then stop acting like a fucking Xbox saying stupid shit. People just don't want you to say stupid shit no more. PS5 the Death Blow. The one that just had a record-setting Q3 holiday sale.
I don't think he was actually saying that. I just think he was trying to make a comparison as to why this dude's point was stupid. But yet, of course, you got emotional and took it differently.
Yo, this shit is wild.
They're publishing everything on multiple platforms. I don't have to buy PlayStation 5 to play PlayStation 5 games or PS4 games anymore. I can get them on my PC, so.
But notice you keep saying PC, but can you get on your Xbox?
Yeah, and can I get Avowed right now on PlayStation 5? Can I get Halo? Can I get any of these games right now on PlayStation? I can't. I mean, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here, man? Like I said, these consoles was designed for us. You've seen games on Xbox, you bought an Xbox to play them. You've seen games on PlayStation 5, you bought. That was the philosophy, but that philosophy no longer applies anymore because gamers don't care. Gamers don't care about these little exclusive deals that you guys saying that that you say that are pushing these console sales. They don't. Clearly, we look. It's so funny you want to talk about metrics and sales, but you don't want to look at the top 10 games in your own country. And I guarantee you won't see not one exclusive game there.
Real thing, right? I know that's playing years of shit, but that's really the crux of the information. I don't think you understand that the console industry. This is a huge shit, a shit that we haven't seen since Sega. You know, a console competitor of a major brand completely. You know, making decisions that will impact the console hardware. The writing's on the wall. That console is gone. And what's hilarious is you're still going to make content talking shit in the world where PlayStation and Nintendo are the only console hardware that exists.
That's not true because Nintendo was the first to leave with the Wii U. I mean, if you want to use the Switch 2 as a comparison, you can't really use that as an argument, man, because Nintendo left home consoles before Microsoft. And that was with the Wii U. That's why the Switch is a portable. That's why it's a hybrid between the two because Nintendo will never probably go back to making home consoles. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Yeah! And then, of course, here comes the biggest flip-flopper of all flip-floppers, the inability to keep that same energy, the crap gamer tweeting this.
This is where it gets good.
I wonder
Right, but he does play Xbox. And now he sees a future where he's not going to be able to play on Xbox hardware, and now he's going to be like, all right, where do I go?
But is he still going to be able to play Xbox games? Then I think everything's fine. Just like PlayStation, if I'm a fan of PlayStation games, we're more likely never going to see those games ever come back.
It all started with one. It all started with this. That's how it all began. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny because... Oh, hold on.
Fall of Xbox.
Well, that's funny considering that you're saying that if that was the downfall of Xbox, then I would assume that this will also be the downfall of PlayStation. It all started with one, right? Quantum Break. It all started with one, guys, right? Detroit Become Human and all those games on PC. And look what happened. It all started with one. You know? It all started with the Xbox One, matter of fact. Which is funny, because Sony's copying the same strategy. So if it all started with one, and Sony is continuing to still keep up with that one, then that also means that gamers will all be able to play on one platform inevitably. Because if this is the type of logic that we're using, then that means that Sony is also going the same direction as Xbox.
For the console. So, technically speaking, Crack Gamer had a right to be pissed off at this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, and even I didn't see it this far back in 2016.
I saw it.
2019, I saw it. I was right. Man, what started out as an innocent thing, like, it's just, Quantum Break. And then,
it's just Uncharted, Marvel Spider-Man, it's just old PlayStation 4 games going to PC. It's just Marvel Spider-Man 2, not a big deal. You know, they won't do day and date. I know Sony. Helldivers 2. Oh, it was online. You know, online day and date. You know, that's fine. They want to give it to a mass audience. Lost Soul Aside. Oh, it's just day and date on a PlayStation game that they published. Yeah. So it all starts with one.
Eventually, it became day and date on PC, and now it's on PlayStation. And chances are they're gonna do day and date on PlayStation, Nintendo. It's crazy, man. Almost 9 years ago.
That's funny. It's so funny how he's sitting there saying this and can't see that Sony's doing the same thing. I think that's the funny part about it. He's sitting there saying, based off this tweet from 2016, that it all started with one, but yet he never thought this would happen with Sony. You heard what he said. Oh, I thought it was 2019. When, bro, I knew this from the beginning, and I told y'all. And look what happened.
Of a game you want to play because someone else gets to play the game on Windows? This was 9 years ago. If you haven't figured out what Xbox was doing in the past 9 years, I don't know what to tell you, my boy.
Whoa. You didn't even figure out what Xbox was doing a little over a year ago, Alex. So don't come chastise him about 9 years ago. Like, what are we doing?
What are you talking about? Considering that PlayStation is doing the same thing Crap Gamer was complaining about back in 2016. Like, I mean, the guy was like, yeah, it's true, Phil Spencer. You canceled a pre-order for a game you want to play because someone else gets to play the game on Windows. Do you understand how ridiculous that is?
Yeah, Alex,
and what's even more funny, Microsoft had to put Windows with a question mark because they're essentially saying, that's our game. Like, we Windows. So it's like, are you really complaining? Microsoft had every right to do this new strategy because I'm tired of this fanboy crap, bro. I really am, bro. This type of stuff needs to get weeded out of the gaming community, and it's funny because Microsoft is going to single-handedly destroy every single one of PlayStation's strategy by being non-anti-consumer. You will see. The day is coming, man. You guys are just going to have to wait. It's coming.
What they do? Don't claim credit on shit you didn't do, brother, man. Stop it.
What are we doing here, bro? Really? Now comes one of the favorites of the channel, the wagon, saying, alert emoji times 3. How it started versus how it's going.
Microsoft making that decision was a bad decision for the console. Maybe good for them.
No, it was a perfect decision. Because look at all the games we're getting on Xbox. Saving value all through one subscription service. This was a beautiful thing. If the only thing you guys can say that hurts that what Microsoft did when they acquired ABK is that PlayStation gamers will be able to play them, I'm going to sit there and tell you, who cares, bro? Like, really? Are we really worried about how another grown man consumes his video games? Microsoft is still doing it with the best value in this community. Y'all cannot argue that. That's why y'all hate Game Pass, because you know that Game Pass is so good, you don't have to buy games. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
As with their new direction, but yeah, let me see what evidence you show.
That's what you were afraid of. And now the fact that you don't have to do that, now all of a sudden, wow, wait, Microsoft, they're the good guys. Exclusivity, that's bad for gamers, but good for me. It's almost like you've been proving my point the entire time.
No, he's being sarcastic, bro. He's pro exclusive. He's not on your side. It's funny, the people that are on your side, you talk shit about them. That's what's crazy. The people that are on your side, you talk shit about them. But now you think Persona's on your side. Bro, no. He's a pro exclusive dude. If you ask Persona...
And what exclusives... And to explain to me what exclusives have done to Sony. Dead franchises, extinct games, cancelizations, 10 out of 12 live service and subscription games. All probably mostly due to the fact that Sony didn't have enough gamers like you to support those games on your own platform. So it would also go to show you that exclusives is also hurting the gaming community.
Microsoft should have scrapped all this bullshit, not do the moves they did, and focus on exclusive games and build identity, bring back the 360 days.
No, because the 360 days was built off third party. PlayStation 2 was hounding a lot of those third party games. The 360 changed that narrative. So do you really think people picked up the 360 for Gears? Now, they in Halo mostly, but those games was complementary because they were still doing the same things they doing now. Call of Duty, NBA, and all that. I don't think NBA was like 2K was that popular at that point, but it was getting there. So these things was all changing. You know what I mean?
Possible.
exclusivity is not good at all. And the fact that for the past 3 years you were sitting there, palm sweaty, knees weak, mom spaghetti in that jacket coat pocket of yours, the entire time you were worried about having to buy an Xbox, now that you don't, now you're like, man, I get Xbox games too? This whole non-exclusivity thing's actually pretty good.
No, he's just talking shit. That this guy's an idiot, right? And then you may or may not even address the point that he made. Maybe you do, maybe not. Hopefully you address his point in this video. I mean, in this video, unlike what you did with Mikey Barra, where you didn't actually address his point. All you did was just talk shit and then moved on. But let's see. We'll keep going.
This is going to go on forever. I'm going to sit here and parade this around in front of you as you realize that Colin Moriarty truly, in fact, is the leader of the console war space for PlayStation, and all fanboys do is just parrot whatever he says. Because check this out. Colin Moriarty makes a 25-minute video about the fall of Xbox comparing it to Icarus in Greek mythology. I kid you not when I say huffing his own farts. It's like he's got a tube attached to his anus, right to his face.
So, like I said, man, I'm just gonna chime in because, like, I already know if I keep going on with it, it's gonna just be a run-on sentence at that point. So, like I said before, let's end this summary. PlayStation and Xbox are both third party that both manufacture their own platforms, and that's it. You guys want to sit there and make up new terms, true, because these are the same dudes that said when Titanfall came out on Xbox One and it was on PC, oh, that's third party. Now all of a sudden, PlayStation's putting games on PC day and date, mind you, and that's not third party. I truly don't understand this, man. I think you guys really need to look at these definitions, and really start actually understanding the value of what you're saying. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, man, never go full on fanboy and just play games no matter where you want to go. Because at the end of the day, that's what the real gamers are doing. And Xbox is better because I'm enjoying Avowed right now. So Sony going to have to find a game to surpass that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, take care.